If you're watching this video and you're subscribed on this channel, it's because I've done over $2 billion of real estate investments, over 6,500 projects, and I'm pretty much here to help you avoid the pitfalls and the trial and the error and the shortcomings that most new investors make. Which is why today I'm making this video on the 3 mindset mistakes that you want to avoid when investing in real estate. Because I'm going to tell you right now that the scariest thing out there investing in real estate is not the house, it's not the market, it's not the economy. It's you. Investing in real estate can be a super exhilarating path to financial freedom. It was for me. My journey started in my early 20s, and by 26 years old, I was financially independent. That meant that I didn't have to have a job. At first, I considered myself kind of retired until I figured out there's a lot of really amazing things that I want to do with my life. And now a part of my career is helping other people just like you get started on the exact same path. So bottom line, like, real estate is the place where you want to create financial freedom for your life. However, a poor mindset can obliterate any chance for success, which is why with all of my experience, I've collated everything into the top 3 mental mindset mistakes that you want to avoid to give yourself the highest chance of success. Let me make this real. Let me make it personal with number 1, short-term thinking. Short-term thinking in real estate investing often leads to catastrophic decisions like overpaying for properties or neglecting vital maintenance or making one of these mistakes. On the second home that I ever purchased, everything started great. I bought the home $90,000 below market. It rented out pretty quickly, but a few years later, the tenants moved out, and when I looked at the level of damage on the property, there were some holes in the drywall. I had to repaint, I had to replace the carpet. I hadn't planned on doing those things that quickly, and I have to tell you that back then I had a very poor mindset and I got frustrated. I forgot about the $90,000 of equity in the home. I forgot about all the positive cash flow and all the tax benefits that I had gotten. I was just so angry that that property did something that I didn't like. And I remember during those 2 weeks of me driving out to the property and fixing it up, I started cursing the day I ever bought it. And I almost made the decision to sell it and to get out of real estate altogether. Strangely, however, I sold that property years later and made over $135,000. And I remember when I took the check to the bank, I remember thinking, oh my gosh, I remember when I had these 2 awful weeks when I was thinking of getting out of the game. That would have been the worst decision of my life. That, my friends, is what I'm referring to with short-term thinking. Winning in real estate is a long game. The home appreciates every single year. It produces more cash flow every year. Every year that you own that property, it gets more exciting. But it's often not until 5 or 10 or 15 or 20 years down the road that you've built this multi-million-dollar machine that is passive in doing all of this for you. Number 2 mistake in a poor mindset is following the herd. Following the herd in real estate investing frequently results in disastrous choices, such as overbidding on trendy properties or jumping into an oversaturated market. What this can do is absolutely annihilate, kill your profits. And it happens all the time. Herd mentality means everyone's going this way, I should. But here's what I want you to understand. The real money in life is made when you go in the opposite direction. And it's kind of counterintuitive because it's like we feel more comfortable and more confident when we're going with the herd. And so for you to be your own sigma and alpha it in the opposite direction, for a lot of people, that's really uncomfortable. It does help to have a mentor, someone that is taking you by the hand and helping you do it so you don't feel alone. Because the reality is you're already going against the herd by even just investing in real estate. Everyone else is saying, no, man, get that. Maximize that company match on your 401k. Your CPA's like, we can save you like $300 this year if you put all your discretionable money into an IRA. And there's all this awful financial advice out there. Additionally, blindly following the crowd leaves investors vulnerable to market bubbles, crashes, which results in devastating financial losses. After I had bought like 25 properties, I was doing really well for myself, and I decided to kind of open this free little investors club, like super small time. And there was these people in the community that just wanted to hang with me and learn what I was doing. And this one man and his wife sat down and they shared with me this disaster that had happened in real estate because they bought a property. They literally thought that becoming a real estate investor just meant buying a home. They didn't actually know that you should get a good deal on it or that you should calculate the ROI, that you should run the numbers and make sure that you're going to rent it out and it's going to make you money. They didn't do any of those things. They literally thought we just bought a home and if we do that, we're investors, right? I'm like, no, most people that own real estate own it the wrong way. They were just following the herd. Instead, you don't want to follow the herd. You want to follow a few rare, exceptional human beings that can be your mentors, that have been where you want to be. They've already done it. They have the systems, and they can hack you all the way to the top of the learning curve so you don't have to make any of the mistakes. By the way, did you know that I can be your mentor and I can give you the steps that you need and show you how to do it? Or even better, if you're like, yo, Kris, I actually don't really want to do it. Can I just partner with you and have you do it for me? All of those options exist in the link below. And the third and the biggest mistake, overconfidence. This is where I read a book, I went to a seminar, I watched Kris Krohn, I'm so excited, I know what I'm doing. And the reality is in real estate, if you just make one little mistake, it might cost you everything. Overconfidence in real estate investing is a fast track to failure for most people. When you think you're unbeatable, you often overpay. I remember in 2009, we had just survived the market crash. The real estate market went down and I was fine with all my properties. I started buying up properties left and right, and I had an opportunity to buy 167 homes from a government agency that was selling a whole roll of failed properties. I got them at a 92% discount. It was my first time going out of state, and I thought, at a 92% discount, how can you actually make a mistake and fail? Well, 2 years later, I paid over $1 million to get out of that deal because I learned through my own arrogance and self-confidence how expensive it was to try to make money at a game that I had never played before. Now, fortunately, I stayed in that game, and what it meant was I got to master out-of-state investing, and now I've done thousands upon thousands of deals, and I've made up my lost million, and I've done a whole lot better for myself, but it was actually my arrogance that hurt me in the first place. Skipping the necessary homework and smart risk management means that you miss out on real sustainable wealth. Plus, an inflated ego leaves you vulnerable to market crashes and unforeseen problems, leading to financial disaster without a solid, realistic game plan. If you're worried about your mindset and you're wondering if you have what it takes, here's the number one piece of advice that I can give you. Don't go it alone. I don't know what it is, but there's something about the way we are bred that either we're going to be herd mentality and I'm just going to do what everyone else is doing. And by the way, while all the lemmings are going over the cliff, I'll jump off with them. And by the time I get to 65, I don't have enough money for retirement. And I didn't think along the way because I was just doing what the herd was doing. But then you become the lone wolf. And that is just as harmful to say, you know what? I'm going to figure it out on my own. And you do have greater chances of success by doing that, but you introduce new risks of potentially losing everything or other things that can be super financially harmful or fatal to your financial future. So there is a different option. It's not the herd and it's not lone wolf. It's get a mentor. Get with someone that has already been where you want to be and just say, hey, will you babysit me? Will you help literally watch over my experience? Will you give me and spoon feed the step-by-step whatever it is that I need to do to get where I need to go? And that is always going to be your best path. In other words, find a mentor, and not someone that's just done some dabbling. Not a parent with some good financial wisdom. I'm talking about, hey, if you want to invest in real estate and own someday 25 homes, then mentor with someone that has at least 100 homes, or in my case, thousands of homes. Click the link below, learn about mentoring with me, and let's see how far I can take you to get your financial dreams and make them come true. They say your first million is the hardest. I can confirm that every million after that is significantly easier because you now know how to do it. But honestly, making that first million in real estate is a little bit of a chore. Now, I did it in my mid-20s, and I want to challenge you to do it faster. I want to challenge you to do it better. And if you want to know how I did it, click right here, watch this video. Let me give you the blueprint. And I want to challenge you to do it faster. I want to challenge you to do it better. And if you want to know how I did it, click right here, watch this video. Let me give you the blueprint.